And we're back! Episode 20. Finally, episode 20. That means 20 straight weeks of nothing but lava heat rocks coming at you. Okay, not really, because we're not mixtape rappers. We're not that fucking hot. But we have brought you some info and knowledge on your favorite and least favorite bands, and you can't put a price on that. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Bryan Kern.
What is up, everybody? How are you? Hope everybody's having a good Friday.
And I am stoked to have longtime friend and vocalist, actor extraordinaire, singer extraordinaire, songstress. We're just going to start lying about all your titles. Matt Claborn is with us. What is up, my man?
I am here. Yeah, definitely roofer, whatever you want me to be, I will be it. But I'm definitely glad to be here. Fan of the show, guys. And again, yeah, I've known Matt for quite a while now, and Brian's always been kind of in the background there, but I've known of him.
Hey,
so.
there's the connection. It's there.
Yeah,
you got one guy who kicked me out of a band, and another guy whose band I had to quit.
Yeah, it's a small world sometimes,
I honestly don't know which one was worse, because when Brian kicked me out of his band, I lost all my friends. But when I quit Matt's band, I moved out of California and lost all my friends still. So, yeah.
Lose-lose.
It was a lose-lose situation.
A tough lose-lose.
You're going to be stoked for this, because the format of our show every week is that we start off with a Tekashi 6ix9ine update. We originally called it the Death Watch because we assumed he was just going to get murdered when getting out of prison. But no murder, no COVID, still snitching, still beefing. He's still alive, thank God. He's been seen throwing stacks of hundreds around Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, Rodeo. I understand giving back to the community, even though this is not your community to give to, and it's a fairly rich part of LA. But it just is a really gross optic to see him throw these $100 bills in the air and then see everyone fight over it. And you see security pushing people back, and it's almost as if he throws the money to then run away from everyone. Have you seen these images? It's kind of weird.
Matt, you wanna
start anyone?
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've seen a video or two, usually Instagram or some World Star post, but yeah, he's been pretty interesting lately, especially hanging out in LA, and a lot of people think he's pushing a lot of boundaries and causing a lot of shit. So it's definitely interesting to see him out there. Obviously, he knows it's going to stir shit up and get more publicity, and that's definitely what he's going for. But it's definitely been interesting since he's got out that he's definitely not fucking laying low. So
he's the biggest troll in the rap game.
Yeah. Not only is he the biggest troll, but he's probably one of the biggest commodities too, right? And that's why we see him leaving airports. I don't know if you guys saw him return to New York, but he did his, the king is back, right? And he walks out of the airport with his entourage, and they just drop some bitch that was trying to get close to him, and everybody's like, oh, and he went up and I think approached her for a quick second, and she just obviously got too close or some shit. Security guards were having none of that, laid her out. And then he's been talking a lot about Megan Thee Stallion too. So I think he had a little bit of a vacation, got a little rowdy in LA, obviously, had to be carted away by his security guard because he was
Did you see him get dragged onto the plane?
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. He's like,
he didn't want to leave LA.
Hey, it's hard sometimes, It's hard sometimes out here.
His security team is no joke. 22-man security team, all former law enforcement officers. They're all extremely tall, broad-shouldered men. I would not mess with them. They're also heavily, I wouldn't say armed. I have no idea what weapons they have, but they've got bulletproof vests. They surround him at all times. They are hovered over him. It's going to be real difficult to kill this guy if that's your motive today. Not mine.
I mean, let's hope it's not, right? Let's hope that nobody in 2020 has got something out for 6ix9ine. Let's just hope that they let him, keep doing his thing. Come on. He's not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, from one rapper that's probably going to get shot to another rapper that has been shot, Megan Thee Stallion. She has finally come out, made a statement, and properly named Tory Lanez as the shooter. She, big long quote here. I'm going to read this to y'all. I don't like reading on the show because we're not about literacy, but here you go. Since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me, and you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. You really fucking dragging it. Motherfuckers talking about I hit this. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. You dry shot me, which is an interesting term that I've never heard before. Dry shot me. Have either one of you ever been dry shot?
It's a negative.
I think I'm assuming that's when someone just pulls out.
That's when you're shot unprovoked.
Yeah, and like, so apparently I was reading that she said he was on Instagram Live while he did it. Did you get any of that? Did you see that?
I didn't know that, but it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, man. I mean, fuck, son.
Yeah, I wonder. I feel like there's a lot of cloud and mystery behind whatever the fuck happened with that. Just because you got two sides, what's his name's not, Troye's not saying anything really back on it yet because he's probably just waiting to, he doesn't want to step all over somebody's toes. But if you're gonna quote stuff,
He'd rather shoot him.
One of my favorite quotes that came out of that is she goes, "I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble." So it's like, what? What kind of trouble were you in to begin with? Obviously, you got shot in the foot. But
concealed weapon, I believe it's an illegal firearm.
Right.
And that's what he's charged with. Right now they're mulling over charging him with assault, and that would be assault with a deadly weapon. That'd be an even bigger deal.
It was misdemeanor assault or felony assault. I mean, felony assault. Yeah.
So her not talking to cops is pretty vital to the situation. It also, regardless of how she feels, it might be something like she's in the rap game. If she goes and talks to police, regardless of how she was assaulted, people are going to sway that into another way. She's already a female rapper that takes a lot of heat. They can turn that into, she's a snitch. Dog, she's a snitch. I'm not going to listen to that fucking girl rap when she's a snitch.
It's working for 6ix9ine, man.
And you know what? He's got to be the only rapper that made it work.
Yeah, somehow, some way, people don't care. People don't care about that.
I mean, he had a decision, I think, at one point.
They tried to kidnap him, or they did kidnap him, but they tried to kill him.
I think as he's snitching, right, and as he's going down this path of, I already fucked up. What else am I gonna do? He just has to go all in, and that's what I love about it. Is he's got no shame in the fact that he's just snitch central.
Not at all. He's owning that.
Oh shit, yeah, he is, dude, like a champ. And I wasn't a fan, man. You can ask Matt. I was not a 6ix9ine fan. I was annoyed with him, if anything, because it was just why give him attention and why. But I understand, man. Fuck, if I had the money, if I was in his shoes, I'd do the exact same thing. So I'm not mad at it.
I hated him when I saw the pictures of him, and I wasn't sure who he was. I never gave his music a chance. I said, there's no way a rapper with rainbow hair is going to be on my radar. And then I had to give in. I listened to the music. He's yelling the whole time. It reminded me of a little bit of like MOP, how they yell. But in the Dummo video, or Gummo, whatever the fuck it's called, he's riding around in either the Holland Tunnel or... what is the other tunnel in New York? He's riding around the damn tunnel, hanging out the side of a car, and he looks like he's having the time of his life. And I was like, you know what? If I was his age and I could rap like that, you damn right I'd be having the time of my life.
Fuck yeah, dude. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Props to him.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the picture of Megan Thee Stallion's foot from the bullet injury?
Yeah. It didn't look as I don't know. I expect a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I thought it'd be worse.
Quite as
maybe
mangled.
like a 22. Maybe it wasn't a fucking crazy ass bullet wound.
Yeah.
What did he shoot her with?
I mean,
possible pellet gun.
Possible pellet gun. Hey, we could have maybe it's just a low grade,
I've picked the dead skin on my foot and made it look worse than her foot.
Yeah, like maybe he just got something off of I don't know, some cheap pawn, not like a pawn shop, but maybe he just bought like an antique felt pistol. And he's just like, if I'm using this, it's to blast this bitch in the feet. Pop! And just pop her,
That's twice now that Brian has referred to women as bitches. So, that's the guy getting married is the one over here for women's rights.
Hey, I never claimed to be for women's rights. Hey.
Brian actually told me off camera one of the biggest mistakes this country ever made was women's suffrage. I don't know what that means. I don't know why women's suffering is a bad thing or good thing. You just whatever. The pictures of her foot look pretty gross, but it wasn't as gross as that song WAP. No, I'm kidding. It's not gross.
How dare you?
Ben Shapiro thinks it's gross because he's used to dry vaginas, but WAP is a banger. It's atop the charts. It stands for wet ass pussy if you're super white and have yet to listen to it.
It's
What's up,
dirty.
Phil Mitchell? I see you. Matt just listened to it. So what was your impression of it?
It's fucking dirty. It's I mean, it's just they held nothing back, you know. I mean, it's just vulgar and fucking. It is catchy though. I mean, obviously, it's a great song. It's a great song.
Subject matter aside, did the rapping and the vocal flow, did that impress you? Because it impressed me.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, again, you know, there's talent there. They got producers making sure they're sounding good behind that mic. So definitely good. You know, lyrics aside.
I like to look at a song like that and be like, you know, 20 years ago when we only really had like Lil' Kim, Missy Elliott, Foxy Brown. Missy was kind of on her own shit, doing weird hip hop, making her own beats, and she's still around. Lil' Kim was very much sexual, pussy this, sucking dick that.
Very.
Nothing that Lil' Kim ever did made me think, oh man, that girl can spit. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Hearing WAP with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, you're blown away by like, oh my god, that's I can't believe she said that. But then going back and forth, you don't hear a lot of females do back-to-back rhyming like that. Like I hear Styles P and Jadakiss from the Lox go back-to-back a lot. And it's common in like rap groups like that or a Wu-Tang Clan. Not a lot of females do it, so when I heard that, I was really impressed. I think it's a hot song, and I think it's really funny how uncomfortable it has made men.
So many people. Not just, I mean, yeah.
Maybe not men, boys.
A lot of people. It's made a lot of people uncomfortable, and let's be real, it's doing the job. I think that it's something that, you know, everybody's looking to them and saying, you know, how can you make this video so popular and it's sexualizing women and it's not doing anything right? Like, come on, we all know we're not getting any of that shit from Cardi B or fucking Megan Thee Stallion. So what the fuck do you expect? Like, let them do their thing. Stop complaining about it. It's a vulgar fucking song. Get used to it. Like, it's what are we doing here? Like, why is everybody up in arms about something that you expect from those two? Like, that's why I like Cardi B. Come on, like, I'm not into it because she can, like, yeah, she can flow and she's good and there's a reason that she's popular. But let's be real. I'm in it for the fucking dirty talk. I mean, I'm not, you know, I think that it's fucking funny. A line for the fucking ages that will live in infamy was her feature on Blueface's song, Tatiana. And she says something to the effect. Tatiana, whatever, yeah. She says something to the effect of, when I'm done in the pussy, I put it in the butt. I don't swallow plan B, I just swallow the nut. And to me, that is something
Shakespearean.
That just, you know, there's very few things that rival that in terms of just art. It was articulated so well what she wanted to do.
I'm gonna get it tatted right here. Wait, no, I'm not gonna get that tatted. I don't take it in the butt.
She articulates it, or swallow nut, right? We're not. Which one are you?
I mean, yeah, no. You know what? No, not anymore.
Yeah, okay. and I totally get what you're saying, and I really think that people getting all up in arms or upset about it or whatever with the content and all that. I feel like it's just two female rappers doing what male rappers have done forever.
Boom.
You know, it's the same exact thing. It's just it's coming out of a different mouth, and people. It's not like you know Matt was saying. It's not something we've really heard before with that kind of stuff, and not with that talent at least either.
If anything, it is empowering because you're right. They are talented, so there is something there that is.
Yeah, let that be known. They're both good rappers.
Yes,
aside.
yes.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Even if they weren't singing about sucking dick and getting fucked, like they would still have a career in the rap game. But let's be real, they're strippers. Like, you know, Cardi B has been very open.
Megan Thee Stallion was not a stripper.
She was a dancer though, right? She was a performer, I believe.
I said this to someone and they told me that she had a degree. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Jamie,
she does.
Look that
she
up.
does. She does. And
Jamie,
Cardi B actually congratulated her on it and said that that's why she wanted to work with her, because she feels that was very powerful for young women to hear that she does have a degree. But I mean, let's be honest. We are looking at a piece of empowerment, because if anything, they're telling women to not hide behind any type of fake sexuality or any type of fake societal norm that people are going to expect out of you. And if you are a sexual creature, which you can be as a female, like, why is that so disgusting to people? You should be proud of it in a way. And to me, that is kind of empowering. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it is, because there are a lot of people that hide behind sexual just weird sexual identity problems. And to have role models like that again are good, and that yeah, they might not be the role model for like your fucking school grade child, but they are a role model for like maybe a student that is a stripper that is trying to fucking figure out her life, right?
Stripping her way to a rap career.
Yeah, and it's not, it's just not empowering to all aspects, and people are getting offended. And they just need to stop because come on, expect better. Like,
Haley Batts brings up a good point. Snow the Product spits on a different level. That is an accurate statement. I've seen a lot of memes and a lot of people that say their favorite female artist is Snow the Product. Snow is great. She's an incredible rapper. She's been one of the better female rappers since she came out. The problem with Snow the Product, is the same problem that male rappers have. Battle rappers, whether she's battling someone or not, she raps that type of style. Battle rappers have a hard time converting into mainstream success. You look at anyone who came out of a Freestyle Friday or came out the battle rap scene in New York, they might have had all of New York behind them.
Freeway.
Freeway was known. Okay, so Freeway did go platinum because of his alliance with Jay-Z, but after that, no one paid attention to Freeway again. Because he also lost that battle to Cassidy.
Yes, and all he had was that flow. He had that. It was like, then that's why he lost. Yes, and people are like, you can't expect anything better out of that. I'm like, no, you can't. That's all Freeway had. But
Freeway had a really cool voice, and being on Rockefeller, he had the access to really good production. The Just Blaze,
said some crazy shit too. Said some crazy shit.
His debut with Rockefeller on 1-900 Hustler was fucking sick. He has a very unique voice. That dude was fired. The problem was, he just like immediately fell off. I believe it was 02 or 03. Philadelphia Freeway came out. It was a really good album.
Yeah, with Kanye.
Yeah, he's on that song with Kanye, and is it the Most Def as well?
Yep.
Yeah, that song's also classic.
He says something like 2 words, Freeway, slightly retarded, or something, and it just the way like.
Oh yeah, they all start their rhymes at 2 words, Most Def, hot shit. Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion resumed her studies at Texas Southern University in health administration. She is a 3rd-year student as of 2019, and that's the most updated info I have. So yeah, smart, attractive, and she can rap. Marry me, please. So after that, what do we have next? We did that. Travis Scott announced a collab album with Kid Cudi. There's no title. There's no release date. I imagine it's going to be called The Scotts, because that's what the song was titled under. Claborn, do you like Travis Scott or Kid Cudi?
I mean, I've got respect for both of those guys. Is it my style of stuff I'm going to get into? Deep cuts into their albums, not necessarily. But I got respect for both of those guys. They've been around for quite a bit, and I really. Like I said, I've got respect for the guys. It's not necessarily my space to be talking. So,
Travis, I'm a big Travis Scott mark. His style, his production, his beats, the filters on his voice, the echoes, everything is sick. I love it. Kid Cudi is a weird artist for me because he debuted with that Day and Night. That was a sick song. Played the shit out of it on radio. Yeah. I expected the entire album to sound like that, and when it didn't, it disappointed me, and so I kind of steered away from Cudi. Since then, he's done some collaborations with Travis Scott to make me go, damn, Cudi's fire. I mean, he literally spits the actual meaning of LSD in one of his hooks. Like, what is it? Lysergic diacetyl, fucking whatever, some crazy ass word. Yeah. That was sick. He hums melodies. He's at his best when he's with Travis Scott. So this is going to be a sick album.
I feel he's at his best when he has his hand in producing, and that's most of the time, right? He did do like a weird little rap metal project that I wasn't too fond of, but other than that, I'm a huge Kid Cudi fan.
Are you talking about Wizard?
Yes. Kids See Ghosts was my album of the year for 2018. I loved it. Travis Scott, I do like Travis Scott. I'm not as hyped on him as Matt is, but I think that there is, anything Kid Cudi does, I'm excited about. Anything that is going to be a collab, I do like the collabs that they already have. And I expect it to be another top album. Are we getting it this year, or have they announced like any time? Just that they announced the collab?
Let's see. It's August. We got 5-6 more months to the end of the year.
Could be a holiday drop. Yeah, December.
Yeah. Look, every time Travis has collabed with someone else, like when he did the Huncho Jack project with Quavo, that instantly was one of my favorite albums of the year, of ever. It was just fire.
See, I did like that album, and I'm not a Quavo fan. And
I
yeah,
love
I
Quavo.
was seeing Travis Scott. I think it like it hard or something. And yeah, yeah, I'm not a Quavo fan, but I like that. So I'm expecting big things from it.
Schoolboy Q has announced that he's going to be in the next PGA video game. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird. Rappers on the golf course. You for it? Get it? For?
Ah.
Love
A
it.
thing.
I mean, I'm surprised they're bringing a PGA game back. I'm kind of stoked, actually.
It's not Tiger Woods. It's just Rory. It was Rory McIlroy, and I think
all
now
good.
it's just straight up PGA. There's no
Dope.
athlete on the
Let
title.
me get some sort of vision. Let me get some fucking. Let me putt. Oh, it's on, son. I'll get back. I'll get a console again if this shit comes out and is like super fire. Maybe. I don't know.
Matt, you're not much of a gamer. Have you ever played a golf video game?
Yeah. I mean, games for me, it's how we used to play, it's Madden and that stuff through the years. I really get into my modes, so it's like for like 6 months, I'm just like hell bent on playing, console something, whether it's Call of Duty, whatever's coming out, I get into. I'm really big on Red Dead and those kind of games. I really live for. I mean, I guess it kind of dates me being old. I don't know, but I really liked good story modes on games.
Yes.
So all the online and new content and shit like that, it's really kind of cool, but it's new for me. Or it's like, wow, this game, it's like GTA, it just like keeps going. It's like
It never ends.
New game. It's like just keep coming out with new stuff. So I really get into it, and then I just kind of fall out for a while. But golf games, yeah. It's been quite a while, but I'm sure I had some sort of PlayStation 1 Tiger Woods, something or another.
Had to, man. Had to.
Yeah.
It was in there. It was in someone's rotation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I like the golf games because they're really slow. You can take a break and it's kind of relaxing. The graphics look really nice. And when I played my British friends across the pond, we played at PGA West, and I had the home court advantage at that place.
Hey,
Because I lived there for like 2 months, so I should know.
no lie. The Tiger Woods soundtracks have always been fire. Always, because they've always had like Outkast. I remember they had Outkast. I remember they had I want to say a Jay-Z track on one of them. They for sure had like Brand New on one of them, or that might have been a Madden. Anyways, but yeah, they did
Madden
always have,
soundtracks have always been lit.
Yes.
They got even
Yeah.
more litty as of late.
Yeah. EA's
FIFA
always had the hookup.
soundtracks are amazing because they're so international. You get so many weird artists. Matt brought up some good points. Red Dead Redemption, we played at his house, and that was an incredible game. The sequel is something I play to like daily at this point. I play it online. But you were talking about how you like story modes. The story mode to Red Dead 2 is one of the best I've ever played. Everyone I know who played it cried at the end.
It's awesome, man. And there's too many games, few and far between, that just they don't invest the time. I feel like a lot of kids these days they're looking for that online content. They're looking for cross-play, whatever it may be, through platforms or whatnot. But it's just not something I find very often in those games, man. You just don't get good writing. Last of Us 2 just came out. And that's like a PlayStation exclusive. I don't know if you've ever played either one of those, but
A little bit.
yeah, those stories, same type of deal. I mean, it's just like awesome.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, you get invested in the characters. You end up caring about people that die. In a video game. It's as crazy as it sounds, but the writing is that good. And
Especially, go on.
No, I was just gonna say it's not like they get this is just video game guys writing this. Like they bring in legit producers and directors, and it's
Like
just
a movie.
yeah, it really is.
You
So-
see Norman
Cast.
Reedus in that one game that just came out, right? They
Yeah.
always have had like the Splinter Cell series was always really detailed, always had like name actors in there doing the voice acting roles. They just announced that they're actually going to do a brand new Splinter Cell for
It's about
the new
goddamn
Xbox.
time.
Yeah, man, and they got real creative with that game because they made one of the games, Blacklist, I believe, was no cutscenes. So the entire game was like basically one playthrough, and you just went to like different missions over like the course of I think like a day and a half, 2 nights, and the story played out like on the background and on the walls and on the environment of the game as you played.
Really?
And you see that with like you see really long dialogues and like the Fallouts, and in I believe Last of Us 2 had some really like intense dialogue that I think was like it was they were saying that the writer should have been in like the movie writing business because they'd probably write some fucking fire content. And yeah, when you have that kind of care and quality, it puts games like that on another level. You can't do a game like that on a cross platform or on something that's going to bring too much to it because it's just got its own little piece to it.
Yeah.
You brought up cross-platform games. The number one game right now is that Call of Duty Warzone that doesn't even offer a single player or story mode. It's strictly online. It's free to download. If you download it right now and then install the initial update, 66 gigabytes.
Yeah,
you will be able to play cross-platform with PC and PlayStation users if you're playing on Xbox like me.
People hate it because it's a different beast.
I hate it.
I haven't played it yet.
It's a big battle royale, and once you die, you go to the gulag. You're in prison, and you have to fight your way out. Then you're parachuting into the map. You have no weapons, so you need to go find them. It's really, it's the most frustrating shooter I've ever played in my life.
See, I like the battle royale style games. I just I haven't gotten too invested in them, but I think that kind of style it's a nice change of pace. Actually, I like it.
In shooters, I'm going to die often. I want to respawn right away and go find that son of a bitch that killed me and fuck his day up.
Yeah. Yeah, and what I meant earlier is that people hate, as far as that Call of Duty and that Warzone and stuff, a lot of people hate that there is cross, platform play. So a lot of kids
get buggy.
Yeah, that, and since it is PC as well, being
there's
Microsoft,
an advantage.
There definitely is to a certain extent, but also there's a lot of hackers and you can look it up on YouTube or whatever. There's tons of hackers and tons of just video capture screens of like people just fucking murdering left and right, and you're just literally laughing at it like you're just blatantly cheating in this game. And so a lot of people don't like it for that reason. I know a lot of people that quit playing it because it just was becoming a real big issue. So.
Well,
yeah, shouts to the 4 people I reported this week for cheating on Red Dead. If I shotgun you in the face 6 times, there's no reason that you shouldn't fucking die, Berserker 81, you dickhead. Fuck that guy. Oh, fucking frustrating. While we're on video games, I wanted to bring this up. The next Call of Duty game was announced. It's going to be Call of Duty Cold War. I think, on one hand, this is kind of interesting because you're probably going to get missions that are more fictional and kind of made up, like, oh, this is a secret mission we allegedly did, because what the hell, there was no battle, there was no real war as far as the US is concerned in the Cold War. So I was joking with my friends, like, press X to hide missiles in Cuba, press X to make Kennedy lie. Like, fuck you gonna do in what are you gonna do in Cold War?
Space fight, son. When it's like the space race, we're all just fucking, they have like some weird ass fucking space station, who knows.
Sputnik in it.
Some like, what it's going to come down to? It's going to come down to literally the reason we didn't go to like nuclear devastational war was because somebody was like 5 seconds away from hitting the button and they got popped. And that's how they're going to play it out in the game. It's going to be like some general, he's going to go to hit the fucking button and then you're going to save the day.
You save the world.
Yep.
Every fucking game is to save the world. Why can't they just make like a game or a movie about like saving Cincinnati? Why does nobody want to save Cincinnati?
No, you know what you do if you're Call of Duty? You get like the people that wrote The Americans or wrote some dope ass show, and
that wasn't bad.
Yeah, and you make this fucking Cold War game like a dope story mode. You make it like a Modern Warfare 2, where you have a legit little story mode and you're excited to play it through. That's what you do.
More like Modern Warfare.
Wow.
Yeah, they need to get back to some of those, because even some of the Black Ops and stuff had some pretty good story modes. And then they just completely trashed them. I think the last one or two, one of them didn't even have a story mode. It was all completely online only. And I think the one before that was just god awful. It was just
they have really short story modes so you can complete it and get straight to the online, because they only invest in the online play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Well, I'm just, you grow up, I'm 34, so it's like I grew up with non-online play. It's nice to have, but I still want that good story, something to invest time into. So we'll see what happens.
While we're on the subject of Call of Duty, a crazy article I read today about a Pleasanton, California man driving 1,700 miles to kill an 18-year-old Twitch streamer over some Call of Duty beef. And that's not even where the craziness ends. Like, dude drives 1,700 miles to Texas, gets to this guy's house, blows up his propane tank in his backyard to get him outside, and then shoots and kills him. Leaves, drives 1,700 miles back to California in a 72-hour span over Call of Duty beef. Like, you would have to have Red Dead Redemption beef to travel that far to kill someone. Like, what are you doing? Have you ever been killed in Red Dead Online? It is frustrating. You respawn and you're a mile away from the guy and you get killed again, and then you get him back, and then Berserker 81's blowing your head off with the Litchfield repeater. It's been a frustrating week for me and my Cowboys.
Oh, man.
So my question to you guys is, would you ever drive 1,700 miles to kill someone?
Does it have to be over online gaming beef? Or
I
just
mean,
in general?
is there anything more important?
What would piss me off enough to go 1,700 miles to kill someone?
Thrice sucks.
Nah, dude, you're good. You're good. I don't know. You'd probably have to, like, kill a family member or somebody. Yeah. For me,
And then the limit's 1,700 miles, like 2,400. No, Ashley's gone. Fuck it.
I go further for sure. I'm not really killing anybody just to kill anybody. Like,
We're not?
I mean, how hard are we beefing? What do you say? That's what I want to know. Where's the recording of this fucking argument they had? Like, how bad did you get your ass whooped in fucking Call of Duty to where you felt justified to go and exact that type of revenge?
Exactly.
I want to know what he did.
I know. What did he
That
say?
wasn't
Or,
in
like,
the article.
Where was he camping at that pissed you off that bad? Or, like, how dirty did he fucking knife you?
Definitely had to be a camp somewhere.
Oh, or he had one of those ones where he takes, like, the knife and he just throws it across map and it just fucking takes out two people as they're fucking running next to each other. And they're fucking...
Whatever it was, we couldn't have just killed him one time to make him that mad.
It was.
So
He probably
it had to
hunted
be
him.
like spawn kills. Like,
Hunted him.
What the fuck? Like, he's unarmed. What's going on?
Hunted. Probably dropped nukes on him. Like 33 none. Yeah, getting it.
It's fucking
Getting it.
insane.
Getting it.
From one murder to another, I wanted to bring this up because I thought this shit was crazy. 2 men have been arrested in the murder of Run DMC DJ Jam Master Jay. Almost 20 years after the murder. The one thing that really, besides the fact that they actually caught someone in this, was the motive behind the murder. Apparently, Jam Master Jay was purchasing narcotics to be distributed through the Midwest. And this apparent business deal had the guys that were going to be distributing such narcotics. The 2 men came back and conspired to murder him. Pretty shitty. I didn't know Jay got down like that, so that's kind of disappointing. I remember when this originally happened, police were treating witnesses as if they were suspects, and so everyone got real tight-lipped, which you're dealing with the hood, you're dealing with the dead rapper, you're dealing with gangsters, street people. They're not going to talk to police, so they just gangsters.
Street people.
Well, what's the proper term?
Gangster was good. Gangster was fine.
Yeah, so gangsters.
Street people.
Crab people.
Crack. Crack. I said crack.
You're dealing with Bloods and Crips and folk, and
You said gangster and then like dumbed it down.
I should have said gangsters.
Folk.
Folk, yeah. Do you know folk is a gang? They rep brown.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a real gang.
I like where this is going though.
So my question to you guys, did you know Jay got down like that? Would you ever conspire to murder a rapper? I have really shitty follow-up questions today.
Over some Call of Duty beef, yeah, definitely, for sure. If I was trying to make some fucking gains on some dough and some Call of Duty. No, I didn't. I didn't really think Master Jay got down like that. Although, I mean, I'm not surprised by. I think that's just part of the rap game in general. So, I'm not surprised by it. It doesn't make me feel any different type of way about him. I'm not disappointed about it. I'm really blown away that they actually stuck to this case and actually got some guys about it. Like, that's
because they never care about dead rappers.
Yeah. 18 years later, 2002, right, was when he got shot and killed. Like, and it's just Wow, really? Okay, I was impressed. We shared it on the Facebook earlier this week when they announced it, and it was obviously something that picked up steam, and I think that there's some justice there, which is nice. Everybody wants that kind of story, and you at least get some answers as to why. Everybody speculates. I think I don't know if anybody speculated narcotics or fucking being a drug kingpin. Who knows?
I never thought that, but when he's killed and there's no possible answer or motive or suspect, he's got to be involved in something. This tells me who was getting paid the least in Run DMC.
The DJ. Yeah. Isn't that normally how it works?
The backbone of hip hop is the DJ. So
of course,
remember
of course.
that. Speaking of getting domed, Instagram model, I'm not gonna say her name.
Yes.
Come on.
Admits on the No Jumper podcast to
Yes.
throating, sucking, blowing, fellating 7 basketball players from the Phoenix Suns.
Okay, hold up. That's not all she did. The Troye Songz. Did you hear the Troye Songz portion? Troye Songz pissed on her in a bathtub.
Shelly.
Also, fucked her for like 12 hours straight. Would not let her know when she could leave, and only left when I think he had to like show up for a performance.
Isn't
and
that
she
kidnapping?
was like, all we did was fuck. And she was like, there was like 26 condoms. It was a ratchet interview, and it was fucking hilarious. But yeah,
Just
fucking
give me 12 minutes with her and I'll be good.
Troye Songz fucking takes her into the bathroom and peed on her in the tub.
God.
This is after she admits to blow banging Phoenix Suns. And what's crazy is she didn't name the Phoenix Suns. She didn't say the Phoenix Suns, but she's from Arizona, and she's
You
like,
can
it's a team-
guess who they
it's
are
a team
because
that I'm good friends with. Okay, well,
she didn't admit it on the podcast, but people kept asking her questions on Instagram, and she started owning up to it all. So they asked what team it was. She said the Suns. They asked if it was the starting lineup, and she said, "Duh." Okay, 5 dudes in the starting lineup, so she blew the entire starting lineup, 6th man, and another rando off the bench. It's also got to be someone who's not with their wife and family while they're at Disney World in the bubble. And it's interesting to note that the Phoenix Suns are mainly a pretty shitty team with a very shitty, cheap owner. They only have one star player who needs to get the fuck out of town, Devin Booker. And they went undefeated in the NBA bubble before being eliminated in the playoffs. I think that this team activity is what got them to be so cohesive and sticky and mesh so,
that pregame release, man.
Oh, man. So the follow-up to all this, besides that she throated 7 basketball players, she got disowned by her Mormon father, but her father is also her boss, so she was therefore fired, which apparently didn't matter to her. She admitted that she made $22,000 on OnlyFans in one day. She went from 3,000 Instagram followers to 32,000, and she even showed her OnlyFans balance, which was in excess of $75,000. I don't know about you, but I've never throated 7 dudes and got $22,000. Thinking about it, though.
You couldn't throw anybody, bro. How dare you? How dare you make those accusations?
But yo, she's a good-looking woman. She obviously has some skills.
I mean, so the way she broke it down, she was fucking one of them, and then the other ones came in and whatever. But like, she wasn't that good looking. She was clearly like, obviously,
she's hot.
I mean, yeah, for like,
She's
getting a lot
not
of work
Kylie or Cardi or a Jennifer Lawrence or a Belle Delphine, but she's righteous. Body right though. Body built by. Look, okay, I thought she was hot. The funny thing about it is that I seen she was going to take some of this money and quote get her body done. What the fuck's she gonna do? Like add more to her ass? It was already like bam. Some fix-a-flat.
Matt's disappointed.
Yeah,
Claborn out.
Look,
Join
Matt,
the
Ika
band.
Matt knows me well, so if there's a story about 7 dudes, regardless of being basketball players, if there's a story of 7 dudes getting throated, we're talking about it on this show.
Agreed.
Facts.
And I told you my theory was, since they're all down there in that bubble, it was like one guy brings her in, and then next guy in the next room's like, hey, what the fuck, homeboy's got girl in there. So then he goes to knocking, and he's like, yeah, she's clean, I'm good. So she's hopping to his door, and then she just keeps going down the hallway. Next thing you know, she's at 7, she's at the end of 7. All of a sudden, the practice is starting at 10 a.m. She's out. You know.
So you think that she did them consecutively? I think she did a few of them at the same time.
She describes it. She describes it. The dude that she was seeing or dating or whatever at the time was fucking her, and the other ones just walked right in, and she did them all on the fucking bed. She said they surrounded her on the bed, and she just went to fucking town. It's in the interview. You should listen to it.
I can't because I don't support other podcasts.
It's quite tremendous what she talks about.
Oh,
no shame. It's beautiful.
Oh my god. Get her on the show. We need to have her on the show.
She almost like justified the fact that she didn't fuck all of them. She was like, I didn't fuck all of them. No,
because that would make you a whore.
Exactly. That's expectations here. Hey, but who knows? Maybe she's figuring something out, right? What do we do next? Let's take the entire maybe Olympic team and let's get them like a couple hookers so they can all bang in like the Olympic Village, and let's see if we take home like 40 gold medals. Let's see if we fuck Russia up. Let's see, instead of doing steroids, we just get our nut off and we're fucking golden. Maybe that's all that we need to do.
I have never heard an Instagram model talking about, I just sucked off this Olympic swimmer. His kids are swimming in my belly. Like, first off, like most of the people that compete in the Olympics, unless you're a gymnast from the U.S., like they tend to look kind of funky. I mean, look at Michael Phelps. He's won more gold medals than anyone. Dude's a funky looking motherfucker. Like weird ears, a forehead, and he kind of looks like Shrek, but with fins. Basketball players are another story. Like they're tall. In the case of Zach Collins, some of them are cute.
Let's fucking
and they're
talk
getting
about
throated.
Why is it that fucking basketball players are just the notorious sex addicts, man? Can we talk about this? Lamar Odom, Kobe, fucking the Phoenix Suns. Why are they the ones that are just fucking
who was it that
everyone?
A few years ago they got caught. They had like a yacht that they went out on. Who was that? Remember there was like a yacht story where out there and it was fucking just
the dude from the Lakers that fucked his teammate's girl. Remember that? That was the whole thing, wasn't it?
Swaggy P and
Yes.
Azalea.
Yes.
Okay, the yacht story I'm trying to remember properly because I believe Jimmy Butler was on there with a blunt in his hand. Somebody had a blunt in their hand in the picture, and it was the night before a playoff game. Fuck.
Yeah, I forget. I want to
Was
say
it Haley Renee Johnson with the blunt in her hand?
Oh my god. Yo, I'll pay to see Haley Renee Johnson on a yacht with a blunt in her hand, though.
Yeah. OnlyFans.
I want to say it's Jimmy Butler because he would do some shit like that. But at the time, Jimmy was on like the Bulls or the Wolves, and they wouldn't have fucking been able to afford a yacht.
No.
Oh, I got one better for you. About 10, 15 years ago, the Minnesota Vikings had a giant sex party on a yacht. There was a bunch of players that like no one even heard of. I think Dante Culpepper might have like been there, but he was kind of just the cuck in the situation, like the voyeur watching it go down. But you brought up a good question. Why is it basketball players? And I'll tell you this, coming from the sports radio world, basketball sells the superstar. Football sells the jersey. Baseball bores the shit out of you and has the worst commissioner in North America. But basketball allows its athletes to become superstars. You look at the people that come out of there, like a LeBron James. You see Damian Lillard coming and rising to fame now.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett. Who did you say?
I'm just saying they're on stage with Drake and stuff,
Yeah.
You don't see other athletes typically doing that kind of stuff. So
How many football players you seen ball out like that? How many football players come out and say they're rappers? It's because they are suppressed. It's all about team. There's no I in team. There's no me in team. But if you're in the NBA and it's a starting lineup of 5, fuck it. Go make a rap album and say you're a good rapper. It don't matter.
Not to mention the longevity of the careers, right? It's the one sport where you can play through and through and not have any lingering issues. You might have some knee problems if you're.
I was going to say knee problems, but I think baseball players stick around a little longer somehow, unless they're a pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
baseball suppresses its stars. Like
I feel like basketball stars last longer. I feel like a Larry Bird,
Yes.
a Jordan, they'd have 10-year careers where they're, peak, like still.
and the
talking
stardom
about it.
lasts longer.
Yes, exactly. Where baseball, you kind of have to be the hot shit at the moment because it's baseball. Like in order to be captivating to begin with, you got to kind of have something special. It's got to be a home run race or some crazy shit, So it just works out that way.
You look at the highest paid players in baseball, like a Mike Trout or Albert Pujols at one point. Who the fuck is it now? What's the dude that's in Philly? Came from the Nationals.
Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper's the highest paid athlete, making like $300 some million.
Insane.
And no one knows what he sounds like. No one knows what he does. Mike Trout is the second highest paid baseball player. No one knows what the fuck he does. Like, they don't make stars. They might be great at their position. They might be quiet dudes that don't want fame or something. But like, when the game's over, like you said, the stars last longer in the NBA. Damian Lillard can retire right now without a ring and still be a superstar as far as fame goes. Yep. No one in the MLB can do that, and it doesn't help when they can't speak English. Not that I give a shit, but if you give an interview in Spanish, you're only appealing to that crowd. Most of the people in America, like, I don't know Spanish. It's good talk. Want to do some album reviews?
Good point.
Yeah, can we give a quick shout out to Fred Durst turning 50? What's up, my guy?
Yeah. You wanted to talk about Fred Durst. He's a legend in his own right.
Hey, it's Fred Durst turning 50. That's kind of crazy, right? It kind of threw you and me for a loop, us feeling all old here. He turned 50. Limp Bizkit's pivotal part of my childhood growing up and me getting into music for sure. And he did an interview with, I believe, Metal Injection and basically said that like him and the guys in Limp Bizkit were never really friends. They formed, him and the DJ was
Lethal.
Yeah, kind of formed through, and he met Wes for the first time at a show, like when they were about to perform and go on stage. He just knew the parts because the other guys taught him. And he was like, yeah, we never really friends. We just had really good chemistry, and it worked, and that's why we were successful, and says that he doesn't necessarily keep in touch with any of them. Talks to him from time to time, but it was kind of a cool interview that he did, and I mean, he's turning 50, and they're still killing it, man. They were at the observatory last year. Conrad went and got a bunch of footage of him, so for them to be kind of appealing to the they're not like obviously crazy stars like they were, but they're still doing shows. I think they're still putting music together, and I think it's kind of cool because of their influence, at least on me.
I saw him in El Paso with Hollywood and Ed, and Buck and Cherry canceled. They bailed on the show. I would never pay to go see this awful lineup, but I was on tour and we played that show. They're whatever. They keep the Nookie girls on retainer. They have the flannel shirts wrapped around their waist.
I will say, most gangster thing I've ever seen, right? I too saw Limp Bizkit. I saw them with Metallica, Linkin Park, Deftones, Mudvayne.
Oh, it's a much better lineup.
Yeah, crazy ass show. So Fred Durst comes out, and a couple days prior, they banned water bottles. You had to get everything in a cup because people were piss bombing Fred Durst on stage. So he complained to drop off the tour if they had bottles in, and so everybody had to drink out of cups. Well, word got around to the LA show. They played at the LA Coliseum, right? It's like 90,000 people. And 2 songs in, and granted, people are going crazy for Limp Bizkit. Like, people are losing their shit. For whatever reason, Fred Durst goes, "Fuck you, Los Angeles." And everybody's just like, "Aw," like a moan over the crowd happened because he was just like, "Fuck you, Los Angeles." And then he proceeded to perform Behind Blue Eyes while walking through the crowd. And there was at least 100 security guards surrounding him as he walked through the crowd. And people are trying to get over these security guards to get to Fred Durst. It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And he basically walked the inside of the field of the Coliseum while he performed this song and got back on stage. And then they got flamethrowers. They went fucking crazy. Phenomenal show. But I just remember him having the balls to be like, "Fuck you, Los Angeles."
It's kind of cool. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
you don't throw piss bottles. Don't you people know? Freeze D batteries and throw them at his head. If there's anything that Mexican Lucha Libre has taught me, it's that piss only gets thrown so far. You need to freeze a battery and throw it hard.
Valid point.
At least it wasn't shit like Woodstock or something.
Oh, that's a whole nother podcast. We'll talk about shit all episode 21. Since the last episode we talked about fucking kids and how that's wrong.
Scat scat. We'll call it scat scat.
Yeah, by the way, this episode is still brought to you by Not Fucking Kids. I'm not talking to you, a day to remember.
Okay.
And this episode is also brought to you by Potter's Vodka for $3. You can get fucked up.
You can get fucked up.
So let's see. I reviewed a bunch of rap albums this week. One of the first ones was Vic Mensa. I know you were pretty hyped on it. You told me I had to download it. It's not bad by any means. I just find it to be really average. And it left me wondering that maybe Vic has better guest verses than albums. I don't know.
It wasn't my top album. I just enjoy Vic Mensa, and I think that it's been a couple years since we got anything from him. He did Hooligans in 2018, and a lot of people thought that was kind of it wasn't as good as his previous one, obviously.
Has he
and
been
I think that
falling off since his debut?
he I don't think that he's necessarily falling off. What I think it is he's just so focused on a particular message, and I think that it kind of gets lost in how he. I don't know, man. I'm a Vic Mensa fan, so when anything he drops, I'm excited about. I love Liquor Locker. I think that fucking 16 Shots is an amazing song, and I think that that's something that resonates with him is the BLM movement and a lot of just like wrongdoing, and that's a lot of his content. And I think that that's in some way it isolates him. I don't know why. I think he does. I think he does it well, but I think that a lot of his subject matter isolates him for whatever reason. I don't know why though.
Shouts to Grindcore Mike that just hit me up on Instagram. That was cool to find. Did you listen to the Vic Mensa album or anything from him?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, the other guy that hasn't spoken in this. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, no.
No
I would have chimed in there if I had something stupid to say. So don't worry about me.
Let's go to my third least favorite rapper ever. Nas has a new album. I was definitely a fan of the Nas and Kanye release. I haven't forgiven Nas for Ether. I still think that that's not the best diss record of all time. While I'm not a huge Nas fan, this is a decent record. There's cool beats, there's cool guest appearances. What I really liked is that he reunited the Firm. Now, I'm going to assume that y'all two white boys don't know what the Firm is, so let's educate the crowd a little bit. Maybe you do. Okay.
I know the Firm from you.
Firm flopped. Okay. Dr. Dre and Forgot About Dre says Firm flop because a lot of people considered it to be a flop album.
And the Firm flop.
But what it was Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, and Cormega formed the Firm, and they had this sweet-ass song called Phone Tap. It was cool because it was 4 East Coast New York rappers that joined Dr. Dre's Aftermath label, had his production, and dropped this Firm album. It's speculated to maybe Nas doing more work or signing to Aftermath. I know there were rumors that he was going there at one point. I like the song Full Circle because it brought the Firm back, maybe the coolest one on the record. The problem I have with Nas is the same problem I have with J. Cole. It's consistently boring. The subject matter is maybe too real. I feel like it doesn't have any... It just lacks pizzazz. It doesn't have any sizzle or the glitz and the glamour like Travis Scott. It's full of pizzazz. It's full of glitz and glamour and sizzle. It's got that extra Nas is like, yo, I'm Nas, I'm gonna bring it to you straight. Cool, appreciate you for bringing it to me straight, but maybe you could have brought me a little chaser as well.
Got anything, Claiborne?
No, I'm gonna be negative on that one as well.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hey, he gave me content for this show an hour before we were going on, so I couldn't listen to like 5 albums.
You're good, man. You're
But
good.
You do what I do, and you listen to the ones that have stars next to them.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
But I do have comments on stuff coming up, so
Cool.
Yes.
I'll wait in the wing.
The Nas album for me was it was probably my drop of the week. I mean, as far as albums go, I would say yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll get to some other ones. Anyways, I didn't like the Kanye album that he did.
How dare you?
Especially ranked up to next to Kids See Ghost, Push's album, and Kanye's.
Daytona was better.
Yeah, Daytona is probably the best of the three of those three, maybe Ye, but Kids See Ghost obviously, but that's a collaborative and that's a whole other thing. But yeah, Push's album was great. Nas underdelivered on that one for me. I really liked King's Disease. I thought King's Disease was back to kind of your old Nas. The only thing that ever griped me about Nas was he ended up signing to Rock, right? And to me, that's Jay-Z winning.
Bullshit.
That's Jay-Z winning, but it is what it is. And I think that for Nas still being able to be as hyped up in the game as he is and as solid as he is, I mean, he's consistent with his releases. I mean, and he brings that just mellow East Coast rap. I get that you think it might be boring, but I don't expect anything fancy out of Nas. I just expect that simple, not a complex beat, very simple, straightforward beat, a couple of fucking like added little whatever effects, nothing over the top, nothing on his voice. He just goes through, he raps. The content is legit. You know that it's real. That's all he's ever done has been very straightforward and real in his content. And so to me, it's a Nas album. Definitely better than the Kanye release. 100%. So I like it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with my number 2 album of the week. It is Mulatto, Queen of the South. This is one of I think the only lady featured in Double XL's freshman class of 2020. This is her debut LP. I dig this album. She could fucking flow. The production's on point. She could spit. It's similar to Cardi B, but dare I say it's more street, because where Cardi is rapping a lot about sexual stuff, Mulatto tends to fill in a lot more violence and kind of street shit, selling drugs, that sort of thing, the trap style. So I really dig that. Yeah, it's very hood, my friends.
Yeah, no, I think so. I have to agree.
I dig it. The guest features are very fitting. You got Gucci Man, Saweetie, 42 Doug, and of course, City Girls, who are so ratchet that they make being ratchet an art form. I thought that was perfect for her. I dig this record. I think she can spit. She's, especially being like a brand new artist, one of the better females out there. My friend told me that it gave his ears syphilis, so take that for what it's worth.
What?
Ouch.
Yeah, literally.
You didn't listen to Mulatto, did you?
I did not. No, but I'm definitely not gonna.
Dude, no, you gotta check it out.
Not
It's
going
dope.
there.
I'm getting syphilis in my ears. Hell no.
I dig it a lot. My worst of the week, I'm sorry to say, this is gonna piss off all my Twitter followers. Blackbear.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Blackbear is dope. Okay, he's cool. He kind of sings. I think Claborn sings better than him, but the everything means nothing. It's cool, I guess. Blackbear has a really cool style. I think the best thing about him is that he can flow and he can write a song. The problem is he can't sing, and he hasn't gotten any fucking better at singing since he came onto the scene. And at first that didn't bother me too much because I just thought maybe it's the production, maybe he's gonna grow. Vocally, he's the same he's ever been. He's never grown vocally. The beats have got better, the production's got better. This album's labeled pop, where before he was more of like a hip-hop R&B vibe, so that was kind of weird to me. But it just, his voice bugs the shit out of me because you can just hear what it could be and where it's at, and it's like, damn, like, how do you become an R&B artist when you can't sing? I mean, I know Michael Barr did it. Like, Matt, you sing. How the fuck do I become a singer without singing?
I don't. I did get a chance to listen to about half that album, and to be honest, I think it's, as far as a pop album goes, it's probably the catchiest style of pop album I've heard like that in a long fucking time, dude. Like, it's just, it's like catch after catch. Each song is just like hook after hook. I mean,
that's Blackbear though. I feel like that's a Blackbear thing, dude. He's just good at that.
Yeah, they produced the shit out of that album. I mean, it's just so catchy. It's like every single song, you're just like, okay, all right.
Had you heard Hot Girl Bummer before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only one I've heard. So
I don't like the fact that he's kind of steering away from the hip hop. I kind of wish that he did go back towards that a little bit. Maybe even, have
rap
more features. More? Yeah, just something else,
That Cameron feature he had was hot.
It was, and I feel like, Pink Tims, fuck, son, that was such a good song. Hell yeah.
Cyber Sex was a cool album, yeah.
Yeah, that album was great. Something like that, something that's more rugged. I did like this. I only got through like 6 songs, though, so I got to go back and listen to the whole thing.
You ain't missing shit. From one dude that can't sing to another one that can, and I hope Claborn listened to this album because I think he would like it. Troye Sivan in a Dream EP. Now, this isn't my normal style of music by any means, and I can't recommend it to really any of my friends that are here in the state. But Troye Sivan has a killer voice, and his voice will drive him to success. He's had a special edition album in Target that's big time distribution. It's really soft, easygoing pop with a killer voice. His voice is up there with the best of them, but he does tend to stick to this softer style of pop, and it may deter a lot of people, but you should never sleep on Troye Sivan. The song that got me into him was called Happy Little Pill. It's more of a dancey song. It's more upbeat than the slow stuff, but this is a fucking killer record from a killer artist that should be on everyone's radar. Did you listen to it? Please say yes.
I did. And it's weird because I've never heard of that guy until today, till you told me about him. And I thought it was extra weird because looking at his Spotify plays, I'm like, okay, who is this guy? Because I've never heard of him, and I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but he's definitely making some money just with streaming on Spotify. So he's definitely has his own style. You know, it's like you were explaining it. You know, he's got this indie vibe going, but it's, you know, bordering, you know, some pop sounding stuff. But he's got his really unique voice, and I appreciate it. I'll probably go back and listen to it, to be honest, because I didn't get quite enough out of it. Just listen through the few songs. So
when I discovered him, I felt the exact same way. He only had an EP, and the full length was like brand new, a Blue Neighborhood or whatever it's called. And I felt the same way. I'm like, damn, this guy's really popular, and I've never fucking heard of him. But the people I was on tour with at the time were exclusively playing R&B. And so that's when I discovered Blackbear. I discovered Troye Sivan. So it's kind of funny that they released albums the same day, because to me, even though they're not similar stylistically, I've always grouped them in together on playlists, because Happy Little Pill and some of the Blackbear material from the Help album did blend together somewhat. But yeah, Troye Sivan, man, he's damn
crazy
good.
Fucking numbers.
He's one of those artists that if you did a different style or different genre, but you had him collab and like maybe did the hook, that would be fire. Like, get him on a hip hop song, like a hip hop dude who doesn't sing, and that shit's gonna blow up.
Yeah, maybe a Blackbear. Yeah, hey Blackbear.
Yeah,
he's gonna
already
outshine
grouping them together. So
hey. Yeah, man, I'm so tired. His number one song on Spotify has 547 million streams.
Yeah. That's not small numbers.
Fucking bananas. I mean, his next one's 123 million, and then it's a drop off after that. But I mean, still, he's getting some fucking play, son.
What
17
that tells
million
me,
monthly listeners.
Yeah.
What that tells me is he has really good songs, but it's almost hit and miss. Like,
yeah.
He's not dropping a complete project that you're like, oh, that whole thing was great.
Or it's getting picked up by like a movie or like a TV show. It's featured in something like one or two.
I'm pretty sure I seen him in a Target commercial for his first full length album, so maybe that's it. My number one of the week is a weird one. It's a surprise. I didn't expect it to go this way. A lot of my number ones be this way because maybe I'm just got my expectations low. The Killers, Imploding the Mirage.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't expect to like this at all, but when I put it in from track one, it's first off picture perfect production, very crisp. It's what I appreciate the most from mainstream bands, and especially like anything pop or pop rock. You have that perfect production where everything sounds, where all their P's and Q's are in order, everything's great. It kind of has an 80s rock vibe. There's melodies galore, perfect reverb on the vocals. It's a grown-up Killers delivering another stellar release from their already classic rock catalog. They're one of the biggest bands of the 21st century. I don't enjoy every song on the album, but I can't deny that it's a very good album, and it sounds perfect. I especially like the keys that like makes every song like. There's I think it's Dying Breed. It starts off real slow, and when it picks up, you hear the keys and shit, and that shit just blows up. It sounds great.
Well, you bring up the word perfect, and I think that I'm gonna have to listen to that album quite a bit more because I feel like it's gonna have to grow on me. Although I am a big fan of the Killers, and for one reason, and again going back to the word perfect, those guys are what you call musicians. When those guys go into the studio, they create music. They don't go in there with this is being produced by this guy. These guys have been so big for so many years now that they literally go in the studio and they go, this is what we want to create, and they start from scratch and they write music. And they're one of the last bands of that, somewhat of that genre that's still doing that still has the ability to go in there, and the label's going to trust them. They're going to be able to go in there and just pour their hearts out.
Artistic freedom.
Exactly. And just write music. And you can hear it in a lot of their albums. Sam's Town's just an amazing front to back album. You can just hear the way they put things together, the songs, the flow. I I mean, those guys are true musicians, man. I got all the respect for those guys, and a lot of people want to throw them into Mr. Brightside, and they're just this one-hit wonder pop, and it's
Not
like,
even.
listen
No.
deeper. I've heard it from so many people where they're like, oh, the Killers, oh my god, how old is that? It's like, no, these guys are
Wow.
legit musicians.
Every couple of years they've been putting out albums. Their
They're
catalog
definitely a
hasn't gotten...
band that could surprise you. Like, oh, I didn't know they had a new album. Like, that's how I felt last night when all the albums
Yeah.
came out. I was like, oh, a new Killers. Like, it kind of made me think, why aren't people talking about this more? But you brought up a good point about a band that goes in the studio, does their own thing. I can respect that. It's why I like mainstream bands. I look at someone like that, or the Deftones, who announced they're going to do a new album. AFI, like bands that I really like that are considered mainstream. You know that they're just going in the studio, doing their thing, and they have the full trust and faith of their label to put out consistent material. And it sounds
Professionals.
great.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're professionals. They're going in, showing up. They're not bullshitting. You know, they're talking to each other. They've been doing it for so long. They're cohesive. And
Yeah.
what's crazy is those are the bands that have longevity to them, right? Like the Rolling Stones, like the bands where it is just something that clicks, and like maybe a Fred Durst thing. Maybe it's not about the connection.
Oh, it does not everything relates back to Fred Durst, bro.
Interpersonally, maybe it's just about the chemistry they create. Hey, man, come on, dude. He's 50. He doesn't have much
Is
time.
anyone confused when they heard the Killers? Did you guys think this was a British band? Because I did.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Flowers tries to pull that kind of stuff off with the vocals, and I feel like they do kind of have that British like new age, like Queen vibe, like the newer, new wave, Queen. I think they're, just with his persona and everything, it definitely had those vibes. I think when they first came out, for sure.
They also came out around a time. Sorry, Matt, didn't mean to cut you off, but they also came around the time
I didn't
with
have a
like
point.
the Vines and the Strokes, and there were some bands that came out around their time that were from Britain, I think, that kind of blew up, similarly. So I think they did get categorized into like a British band for sure. I remember that, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think from over there as well. So makes sense.
Apparently they're from Vegas. I had to look it up, and apparently, like, Brandon Flowers' first band was a Utah synth pop band. Yes, apparently they do synth pop in Utah. You brought up the Vines and the Strokes. I couldn't tell you a single song from either one of them. I don't know the difference between them. All I know, I'm sorry, Shia LaBeouf and Transformers. The Strokes in your T-shirt mean nothing to me. I always thought it was funny. There was an old VMAs or Music Video Awards where they did the Vines versus the Strokes. And that was super cool because I was like, oh, cool, two bands that I don't know anything about that I thought were the same band are going to duke it out. So apparently other people feel the same way I do.
No, I don't know how they're completely two different bands. The Strokes are so mellow. It's still though, they're so mellow and like bam, 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 like so weird, and like the Vines are kind of aggressive and like sporadic and heavy.
The Strokes' last album gave me a stroke. It was terrible. Yeah, go back. It's like episode 1, 2, or 3. I reviewed the Strokes album, and I think I summed it up with like, this album reminds me why I don't like the Strokes.
You did. You seized up. I think you seized. I think you had like a real quick.
Bro, I put
attack.
it in, and it was like bam, 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 but it didn't go in order. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, no.
That's every Stroke song. That's how they all start. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I'm good on all that.
Oh,
Well, now we could get to the interview portion of
shit!
the podcast.
Check it.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, Austin Carlisle pops in as a fourth bubble. Oh, hey, back from Costa Rica. No, I'm just kidding. Screw that guy. So Matt Claborn, like I said, is a former bandmate of mine. He's like a fucking singing mentor. He tried to teach me how to sing one time, and I said, no, I don't want to take your job. And then probably should have learned that and made some money, but I didn't. What the hell are you up to these days, brother?
Since all this COVID stuff has gone down, not too much, man. I haven't played live since March, the beginning of March.
Jesus.
Yeah, so everything got shut down, and a lot of stuff I was doing was all solo gigs, and the way you put it, with the lounge singing, I was doing a lot of hotel gigs, restaurant stuff, and it was keeping me busy. 2-3 hour gigs. It's good practice. The money's decent, and that's kind of the way I looked at it when I first got back into playing without a band. Was this is gonna keep me busy and be a creative outlet, and it's not as boring as it sounds. I mean,
I don't think it's boring
I
unless
think
you're
it's
just
legit,
like,
dude. I think it's
unless
so
you're like
legit.
some pretentious teenager, fucking lounge singing. Well, you're not even allowed in the lounge, asshole.
Yeah.
Or if you're some like old dude that's just greasy and grimy. But dude, I think it's dope. I think it's legit.
bag.
Yeah, man.
in the
Again, it's really creative because all these places I was playing, it's not like they give me a set list, so it's like I got my iPad and my set list of songs I like to do in it, and I mean it ranges from Sinatra to brand new to fucking
Fuck yes, dude. Yes.
so it's like whatever I want to do, and then even if it is a pop song that someone may request, I kind of just put my spin on it anyways. So it's really is a really good creative outlet for me to play, and I've never had any complaints, as far as me not playing the song exactly how it's supposed to go. So, which is a nice thing. So again, I don't have too many constricts when it comes to being able to create and at least even if I'm playing covers, I'm able to kind of put my twist on it. So it's nice.
Has anyone requested Bayside or Foo Fighters? Because they should.
No, although.
Everlong.
Yeah, although Everlong is definitely, maybe not at hotel gigs, but bars here and there, we'll pull that kind of shit out. But definitely a time or two for probably either of those.
Back in 2008, Matt and his band, before I joined, they were fucking killing it with a Bayside cover and the Everlong by Foo Fighters cover. Oh my god, what was the Bayside song?
I think it was blame it on bad luck.
Blame it on, yes. Oh my god, fucking killed those. Those were good.
It's fun.
I think the lounge singing is cool because now that I'm in the touring world and I see like, oh, you used to be in that band I listened to in 07 and now you're doing the same job that I am when I never had a band in 07. Or actually I did. It was Brian's band before I got kicked out.
Still an integral part, baby.
It's super cool that you're able to still like make a career in music, because a lot of people have a band, whatever happens, and then they're like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna go work in a factory. Like, well, that's not creative.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you ever seen that movie with Marky Mark, Rockstar? I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but
Boogie Nights.
No, it's Rockstar. It's a different one.
No, it's Rockstar. He basically gets to sing and join his like favorite band.
Yeah.
They like see him in the crowd. Anyway, I kind of feel like that guy because he gets to like live the life. Not that I was anywhere near like Rockstar as they show him in the movie, but then afterwards, like the end of the movie is basically just him playing in like a fucking coffee shop, kind of like doing what he wants to do. Okay. So it kind of reminds me of a similar situation of, you've been one place in your music career. Now you're here and you're kind of content with doing that. So it's kind of similar to along those lines. So.
What would you say like your musical qualifications are, like your resume or your portfolio, for those who don't know who Matt Claborn is?
You mean projects and things I've been in, or what do you?
I mean, what the hell are you? What do you do? Like, we were making up titles earlier.
Give us a.
You didn't want to say you were a singer-songwriter, but you sing and you've wrote songs.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've kind of turned into that. Growing up, it was my first band. It was always punk rock stuff. When I was 13 and 14, 15, it was always kind of punk rock bands I was in. I've always played, for the most part, guitar in a band. I've had a few stints here and there with bass and drums, but I've always been kind of a band guy. My whole music, career and over the past 21 years now, I've always done the band thing. So when I got into doing this solo singer-songwriter stuff, it was definitely different. Really hard to adapt into writing songs because I was so used to having other musicians to bounce ideas off of. I've got a drummer with a beat. I've got a bass player or a lead guitar player that's playing stuff, and I'm kind of feeding off that and writing. And it's been different trying to tackle all those things by myself and come through with some new music and things like that. So. Is there
any desire for you to get back into a band? Is there any part of you that?
Yeah, definitely. I've right before all this shit went down, we had a practice. Matt knows buddy Damien of ours that Yeah, that's he right now. He's playing drums for a band that's been out here for a while, Slipping into Darkness,
Oh, nice.
and so I kind of was pulling him my way. We had a practice, and then another buddy of mine, Brett, that's been in bands out here forever, was going to do some bass, and we were kind of putting it together. And then again, all this shit went down, so I kind of had to put it on the back burner for now. But hopefully soon we're going to get back in the practice spot and start writing some stuff. I've got like 5 or 6 songs
Nice.
basically already written for a full band. We just need to get together and hammer out details and parts.
Nice.
So.
It's awesome.
Brian, can you bring up that Brian Opper comment in the comment section? Can you highlight that for me?
Yes, I will. Give me 1 second.
Brian Opper.
Yeah, do you know this guy?
Unfortunately.
I can't believe I got in. I thought for sure it would be sold out. Okay, now make it go away. Get the fuck out of here. Get that shit off there. All right, yeah, smart ass.
Yeah, that's a long running joke. He's a comic that would always be down at open mics I was hosting at the Hood, and long running joke of me posting flyers at Riviera or wherever I was playing. And you guys, there's still tickets sold out.
Dick.
Yeah, he's a funny.
Shout out to Brian Opper. What up, buddy?
Oh man,
You
too
got
bad
the-
we don't interview comics.
You got the I Hate the Scene bump. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, boom. There goes 5 extra followers for you. You're welcome. I've now that I've like moved around the country, I've lived in 3 different states. I've been all over the place. I've been to countless venues. The music scene locally in each town, each area is different by a long shot. California has so many different local scenes because like it's not like LA bands quick to stardom, whatever, but then you got like Riverside, with all the deathcore shit, and then you had the Coachella Valley where we lived, Palm Springs, Palm Desert,
Shout out.
Indian Wells,
760.
760. Shout out. What do you think is special about the Coachella Valley music scene?
Well, it's changed so much over the years, and again, going back, I've been doing music out here for 21 years now, so I've seen it go through so many phases. And when I was 17, 18, 19 in a band Jane Eyre, it was really I gotta drop that there, but it was really a time where all the the emo scene was really blowing up, and it was My Chemical Romance and Drive-Thru Records, and that stuff was just huge. So the Valley kind of became a place for that style of stuff that was coming out. And at the same time, there was a lot of that metalcore and As I Lay Dying and those bands were becoming really big and popular. So we had a lot of metal out here. Nowadays, we've got 0 of both of those. I mean, there's not a metal band to be found out here. We've got rock. We've got a smaller rap scene that's been going on for a couple of years now. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty run of the mill. Just straightforward. Just music. I mean, it's not even really, the whole desert rock scene even's not really happening too much. I mean, we've still got a couple bands out here doing stuff like that, but it's not a huge part of the scene out here. So
let me speak to that real quick. I can kind of narrow it down to that time frame, the 2004, 2005 time frame, right, where all that shit was popping in the desert.
Yeah.
There was a couple different companies, we'll call them companies with quotations, but there was a couple different like media promotion companies that were putting on shows, and there was venues all over the desert. And the prime
Shouts
spot
to
about
heavy
the
hands
desert,
that try to kick my ass, assholes.
everywhere, man. Heavy. I mean, we fucking Elks Lodge. You have Cafe Abuelita in Indio. You had the fucking Castle City in Indio. You had all the
Boomers!
places in Palm Springs. Yeah, you had
The
Boomers.
Point After, where we got banned from.
Yes, JD's Landing in Palm Springs. Fucking Ignition. You had all these venues.
JD's Landing, that was the dive bar, right?
Yes.
That place was terrible.
There was a bunch of different venues that were allowing bands to play, and we're right off the 10. So we're right off the artery going from Arizona to Los Angeles. So we're kind of on the stop for a lot of bands that are doing that tour, especially down the south section, right? And we are only 45 minutes, an hour and a half away from Anaheim, LA, a couple hours, San Diego, a couple hours. So if you are playing a Soma or a Chain Reaction, it's real easy to stop by. We had bands come through there. We had Chiodos, we had A Day to Remember, we had fucking Winds of Plague,
Fall of
Bloodline
Troye.
Calligraphy, Fall of Troy, Starting Line came out there at one point, The Hotness. I mean, bands on bands on bands came out there. I mean, I'm missing 100 of them, and there's bigger bands than the ones that I mentioned. But the desert was a pit stop for a lot of touring acts to come through, and the scene out there from the fans' perspective, from us, it was amazing because it allowed us to do shows. It allowed you guys to have bands that were successful, and we treated the shows you guys did just as we would treat a touring act. And a lot of times, you guys got on shows. You guys played with Chiodos, if I'm not mistaken. Did you not?
Yeah.
So there you go.
A lot of those guys. So we'd like to trade shows with them, and Pierce the Veil before they were Pierce the Veil. They were before
today.
We would trade
Throwback.
those guys from San Diego, and like you're saying,
Fight Fair. Oh, remember Fight Fair? Someone's got to remember fucking Fight Fair, son. Oh, dang.
What I always thought was genius about your band when we made, like, I found Matt's band and I really liked them, and I tried to manage them. It went on for a couple months, and then randomly while I'm at Disneyland on Pirates of the Caribbean, Matt asked me to join and be the screamer. And we had this strategy where the band was already post-hardcore and Matt was singing. I took over the screaming duties. We tried to, like, add some breakdowns and make it a little heavier, somewhere along, like, those lower definition Dance Gavin vibe type shit. What was really smart about the Monopoly was that at the time, the entire scene was you're either an indie band, like, what was Christian's band called?
Baby New Year.
Baby New Year. You're an indie band like Baby New Year, and you're like sing-songy, like Silver Sun pickup shit, or you're super heavy fucking, what is not All Shall Perish, what the hell is the band called?
All of them, yeah. All Shall Perish.
No, the band from the desert that those assholes were in.
Oh, I mean, there was Gods Are Pants.
All Will Suffer or something stupid.
Yeah, you're thinking of somebody. All Your Might, but that was a hardcore band. That was.
I don't know, but it's like you're one or the other. There was no in between. There was really no post-hardcore. There wasn't even like metalcore. It was mostly just death. Yeah. And you know, if you're either getting booked on one or the other, you can't get booked on both. But what the Monopoly did was you add in enough heavy to where we could work both, and we started getting booked there. And that was fucking smart.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you bring up Heavy Hands and that whole crew back then. I mean, there was a lot of straight edge kids that we'd get booked on those shows, and we'd take a lot of shit, from some of those kids, being, get the fuck out of here. You're not even hardcore. Do you even play breakdown? That kind of shit that's going on when you're, 17, 18 in a band. And but we still hung with those guys, and most of the bands that were around back then, we were friends with. So it did work out. And
didn't realize they were talking to Desert Royalty, son. You know what band he was in? He was in Jane Eyre, dog. Shut the fuck up. That's what you should have told him. My guy's like Jane Eyre, dog. Shut up. You should have walked in. You should have just fucking told him, fuck you.
Oh my god. The only reason I don't like Heavy Hands is because they threatened to whoop my ass one day for some shit I didn't even say. Of all the shit that I've said, I didn't even say anything about them. Yeah, now I do.
That's the MO.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So 21 years in the rap game, in the desert rock scene, in the music scene. You said you had a new project. You've been tight-lipped about it. You haven't told me shit about it. So what is this new project, and does it have anything to do with the Deftones?
No. I'm going to be putting out an EP. I don't know exactly how many songs as of yet, but anywhere from 3 to 6-ish.
That's an EP.
Yeah, so it's going to be somewhere around there, but I've got studio time. I'm going to be hitting the studio on the 15th of next month with a really talented producer, and he's worked with he's been on Tupac records, Snoop Dogg, Slim Thug, Mariah Carey, Offspring.
Not the name I expected to hear.
Yeah, No Effects, Offspring. He's got a lot of credits and composing and a lot of producing credits as well. So I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a new venture for me because normally when I go into the studio, I know exactly what I'm going to record, and then I just kind of tweak it while I'm in there. With this project, I'm basically going to do a solo deal, and I've got my buddy David. You remember Compa David? Yeah, he was in a bunch of bands, but either way, he's going to be helping. I
probably know his face, but I was probably really fucked up when I met him.
Yeah, but he's going to be helping me do some stuff. But I'm basically going in on the 15th. I'm going to purge for like 2 days, just ideas, and then we're going to pick from that and start to do the EP. And I'm super excited about it. So
that's
it's going
dope.
to be a different, Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
different
man.
process, and I'm going in there not knowing what the hell I'm gonna record, basically, and just kind of create and write an EP from scratch. So I think it's gonna be a cool thing, and I'm excited to work with him, and hopefully something good pops out. So if you guys have heard of James Young, probably haven't, but he's a really good artist. You guys should look him up, but it's Jaymes Young. He's a real talented artist, and I'm basically gonna, it's gonna be along his style of stuff, and drop one for Toasty. It's gonna be, I'm gonna try and bring in some elements of Post Malone. It's gonna be, and I don't want you to take that and run with it, but there's just gonna be elements of
Running with it.
And yeah, I know you are, but it's just going to be a lot of different elements of something I've never done before, and I really want to do it. So we'll see where it goes.
Is this your return to a professional studio since the final Monopoly release, or have you done?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've got my home set up that I fucked around with from time to time, but getting back in a legit studio from that last EP. I mean, what was that? 8 years ago or something? I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but yeah, definitely first time back in it. And like I said, the approach and the writing style is going to be completely different from me. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome, man. That's actually a really creative approach, and it's something unique. And I think that's something that a lot of people can take away is having you're kind of deconstructing the writing process, right? Or you're deconstructing your process, at least, maybe giving yourself something a little bit different. What made you want to do it this way?
Honestly, it's my producer's idea from us talking for hours on end of just trying to figure out what I want to do and what I want it to sound like, and we kind of just figured out, like, I really am too involved with the writing process and what I want it to sound like, rather than, hey, you're a producer, you can make this beat, you can make this song, and then I can just get in there and you can be like, say this like that, and then let me fast forward, then say this like that. I'm just not that kind of artist. I have to have that creative process going on for me to want to do it. So it was mainly him, and it just sounded like a great idea. I mean, a lot of bands used to write that way. They would just go in the studio and have a riff, and then they just have it out, and if you've got that luxury, it's really nice. But again, it's a new thing for me. So I'm a little scared, but I'm really excited for it. So
hey, no doubt it's going to be phenomenal, man.
I can only assume that the producer charges by the hour, and he said, no, don't prepare anything.
No, he does not. But no, it's gonna be good. I'm really excited, and we're just a few weeks away from getting in there and
starting. Can we get a name, or is it like top secret? The producer's name?
He said the producer's name, didn't he?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't.
Oh,
no.
It's not Ming Bob, is it?
He's like Dr. Dre.
No, I don't think Ming Bob has worked with Tupac and things.
I don't think Ming Bob is a free man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Free as in
free as in, like, not in jail
not in
for
jail,
like a shit charge.
Free as not being a civilian in the public right now.
Yeah. God
Jesus
damn.
Christ.
Oh shit.
No one knows who that guy is, so it doesn't matter.
We do.
And
we do, and the three people watching do.
I'm not gonna drop it yet, but I will text you guys so you guys know who I'm working with.
Yes,
but
exclusive.
I'm just gonna hold off on it just for now, because I'm just not. I'm not the one to be going on Facebook and be like, "Oh, big things coming," it's like,
about to blow.
Yeah, making moves. No,
making money moves, and then the money emoji.
Yeah,
100.
That's not me, really, but I'd really like to get something tangible before I start dropping names on such popular podcasts as yourselves.
He's going to hit us with Dr. Dre's government name, Andre Young.
Government name.
Dude, let me handle your PR. I got the emojis on deck, son. On Deckington.
Please do. Yeah, so that's where we're at with that.
I'm stoked for that shit. We will definitely promote it and give it a horrible review next to the blackbear album.
Excellent.
Something I teased on the last episode that I never even asked if you were okay telling the story, so I'm just going to put you on the spot. When we were in a band, circa 2010. We played one whole day of the 2010 Vans Warped Tour.
Ah, yes.
It was not the Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands. It was a real stage that Emarosa and Mayday Parade shared with us.
It's true.
How in the hell did we bypass the Battle of the Bands and play a big stage when we were fucking unheard of?
I don't. We were that good, man.
Bullshit. Like, we were good, but that wasn't why.
They heard the guttural tones coming from your throat, and they said,
"Oh no!"
They said, "You're on that stage over there." Johnny Craig had for you personally.
Johnny Craig broke a rib that day jumping off the speakers.
Did he really? I didn't.
He
I remember
did.
watching it.
They just heard you and were like, "You belong on that stage."
Go over there.
No, most likely what happened from my memory is, I did work for Ernie Ball for the better part of 8 years, and you get connections and the right people, and it wasn't my first time playing Warped, kind of through that connection, and it was my last though. So.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Did we kill your job?
No. I chose to leave that job years ago for personal reasons, but no, it didn't have anything to do with that. So.
Were you guys like not supposed to play on it, or like obviously? You
Why
weren't
the
supposed
hell
to be...
would we?
Well, listen. No. Obviously, you were supposed to not play on that stage, but were you like not supposed to be even on the stage, or like you just worked in a set time and it worked out, so you got some stage time? Like maybe it just happened.
No, it was all planned out that I had through the upper guys and Ernie Ball, and they were kind of in charge of a few different things, and we had our CD out and all that kind of shit, and so it was just like, hey, pass this on, hey, or you think we can do this? And they were like, yeah, we'll get you on. I mean, what did we play, like 12:30 or some shit? I don't even remember, but
yeah, it was fairly early. It worked out.
Yeah, so it was like, yeah, we got you a 20 minute set at fucking 12:30 or whatever it was, and I said, all right, we'll fucking be there. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
a few things I remembered about that was the bands we shared the stage with. When we did the sound check, they're like, okay, who's got backing tracks? And like, we didn't. And he's like, oh really? Oh, thank God. And we're like, nah, we're real to the core, bro. We don't even have keys.
No, we didn't have any of that shit. And I mean, you had to use the whole backline equipment, which was just was terrible stuff. We're playing out of crank amps. It's like, what are we? Are we Static X?
R.I.P.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember distinctly, me and you. I had bought the big bottle of Jack, and we didn't allow a few members to see it. So they couldn't sip on it. And me and you got pretty sloshed before the set. And I remember at one point I ran into you on stage and you shoved me. And I almost went completely off.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, that was a handle of Jack Daniels that definitely shouldn't have been there. But it was fun either way. I believe a member of our band also stole a shirt from somebody's camp. If you recall this.
I forgot all about this story, but yes, our guitar player stole not merch, the personal collection of shirts that were on a clothesline from one of the heaviest bands on the bill, Whitechapel. Yeah.
Wow.
Stole and I remember the shirt just said, dump 'em.
Yeah, dump 'em.
And we didn't know what it meant. And I remember going, what does that even mean? He goes, I don't know, bro. Fucking dump them.
a sleeveless shirt, mind you.
Yes,
yeah. So, and then he wore it. And I'm like, you got to take that shit off. Like, they're the only band with a clothesline set up outside their bus. And you took their shirt. They're going to kill you.
Hence my comment of that Jack Daniels bottle should not have been in our reach.
Well, hey, we didn't steal any fucking T-shirts from Whitechapel.
This is true.
I do remember our other guitar player, shouts to Bravo, who I got arrested with one time, good times. He, as soon as he didn't drink before the set because, he's responsible. But as soon as the set was done, he went straight to the beer gardens with, I believe, $18. So he only got like a shot of beer. and he stayed in the beer gardens all day. What he told us was he made friends with some Australian dude who kept buying him beers. So Bravo got shit-faced, and we couldn't find him when we were going to leave. And I was pretty convinced that he was stuck in one of those porta potties, and he was going to get picked up and moved to the next city. But we found him.
He did show up, which is a very, very good deal.
It's always good when they show up, you know.
That was a fun ass time. That week was insane because we had like a 7-day tour planned out around Cali, and everything fell through except 2 dates. One was Warped, and the other was the Epicenter in San Diego. And that was the infamous night where you decided to be responsible and go home. And I went bar hopping with the other portion of the band and got arrested and caught federal charges. Beat him though. Beat
Beat the charge, son.
I do remember that. You had to go. You had to go to a different town, to a different courthouse to take care of that.
Had to go to San Diego to federal court. The best part about it was I was supposed to move, and my parents came into town, and I said, "Oh, hey, by the way, Mom and Dad, I gotta go to federal court." I know we had a good laugh about that. There's so much shit that like happened at that band house or at shows. I was gonna ask you, do you remember any crazy stories? Because like the shit you brought up about the T-shirt, I didn't even remember that. I'm sure there's a bunch of shit you could think of I don't remember or won't admit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there was, like you said, that house was a revolving door of different bands and friends over the years. You know, it was a good time. So, I mean, throwing shows there, you know, they were big events, man. I remember trying to get in my house, and it was just like wall-to-wall people, and I'm like going sideways trying to move through crowds of fucking
in
people.
Your own home.
Yeah, so it was fucking crazy, man. But they were always a really good time, and luckily nothing crazy ever really happened for the most part. But a lot of good times in that house, man.
Nobody got assaulted.
Do you recommend having a band house? Is a band house a good idea? We too had a band house while Matt was in the band for a while, and it was just always a ruckus. It was
got
never
kicked out of that too.
Never a never, you know, a dull moment, but also never like a quiet moment. Never
a
like,
real good moment.
Yeah, never a time where you're like in your own space and in your own head. So do you think that that's something a band should do if they ever, you know?
I think yeah. I mean, would I go back and change too much of it? No, probably not. I mean, it's kind of cool, you know, and especially if you're younger in your early 20s and you're kind of in party mode as it is, but being able to offer your space up for, you know, I was recording and doing stuff with bands as well as letting them, you know, practice there. So having a lot of your peers and different, you know, bands that you were playing shows with to be able to come in and offer your place up like that was good for connections and good for friendships. And, you know, like I said, it was a lot of fun for those few years we were there. So.
It was cool because we lived in the desert and it's like 120 outside during the summer, but we smoked inside the house. And so there would be beer cans all over the place from like the night before, the week before, whatever. So you could literally ash any fucking where you want because there's always a beer can to ash in. Super convenient. I recommend it for everyone.
That was your fucking story?
Well, I thought Matt was going to tell some story about how I was like, you know, naked or fucked up or something.
I thought you were going somewhere else, man. I was like, oh, this is a dope story. Okay, here we go.
No, most days were spent drinking too much, playing too much Madden, and probably, you know, a bong passing your face a time or two. So those were...
Sounds about right.
And NBA Live 2010.
The 4 things needed for a band house: NBA Live 2010, Madden, bongs, and beer. I feel like, you know, fuck the equipment. You don't even really need the equipment.
And a recliner that you don't feel about burning.
Yeah,
you don't feel bad about burning it.
Cigarette holes, yeah, you don't really care if it gets fucked up. I mean, in reality, most bands, you know, probably start from just a bunch of dudes living together anyways. Like, they're just banging on shit all the time, so they're just like, hey, we're gonna start a band.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
So...
trying to think of a PC story that doesn't involve like, you know, female roommates, like fucking other roommates, or fucking heroin dealers that are offering the rest of the roommates free heroin. Like that. Wow, that was so nice of you. Thanks for that. Wow, what a great offer. Give it to me.
That would be a tough one to bring up.
Matt, Claiborne's like, it escapes me.
He wasn't involved in that shit at all. I had to tell him the next day, like, you know, this bitch brought a heroin dealer to your house, huh? He was asleep.
Yeah, you could always find me asleep in that house.
Wow, surprising.
Away from that drama a lot of times. So
Smart
we
man.
gotta wait till we set up the Patreon and the OnlyFans for you to get the real X-rated stories that
explicit
went on at that
content.
house.
We're gonna sound like that bitch that was on Jumper. We're just gonna be talking about fucking how Matt swallowed 7 dudes.
Whoa, hey, it was 5, bro. I'm not a whore.
yeah,
That's right.
you just slut shame me like that.
Yeah, you can't slut shame in 2020, bro. All right, so no crazy stories. What is everyone's? We've gone on for an hour and 43 minutes. Is anyone still watching? Anybody?
We do. We have some viewers. Matt, before you get out of here, man, what else do you got for us? Any little tidbits? Any little thing that you wanna?
Any
Matt,
advice to the youth?
Did you have any questions, Musselwhite, for Claborn? Any other questions that you were gonna bump out?
What was your favorite part about having me in your band?
Please, if you can explain that to us. You have 20 minutes.
You know, to be honest, probably, he's always the comedy, man. You know, this guy's real quick. He's real quick with it. So
yeah, he is.
It was always nice to have around. Whatever we were doing, wherever we were at, if we were on the road, if we were just at the house, whatever it was just the smartest ass, backhanded comments he would just come up with, and he'd be like, how are you that quick, with shit. So I missed that a lot about him and hanging out with him. He's fucking hilarious guy. So
I didn't like any of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The first nice thing anybody's ever said about Matt. So.
Yes, finally, it took 20 fucking episodes, but we got a
20
compliment.
episodes in, and someone actually
Suck it,
loves him.
Mrs. McReynolds from 5th grade. You fucking bitch! I told you I'd be something. Whore.
Claborn,
R.I.P. By the way.
Where can they find you at, social media wise, music wise?
Facebook, Matthew Claborn. You can find me on Instagram, backwards Claborn Matthew. Music wise, I've kind of pulled down a lot of stuff as of recent that I don't necessarily want out there too much anymore, but it was mainly just covers and stuff and nothing really original. So, old stuff. We talked about bands. I don't know if there's any Jane Eyre stuff still out there, but I mean, you can find Monopoly on like SoundCloud and all that kind of stuff. So
Shag McKino on the Play featuring Matt Geisey from Lower Definition is a fucking banger to this day.
Yeah, you can find that on SoundCloud. The Monopoly, all one word, and you can find that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. And
I'm stoked.
Dope. All right. Me, of Brian of Death on everything. Instagram, Twitter, as always. And then Matt, up to you, baby. What do we got next week, and where can they find you?
I was literally going to say I'm of Brian of Death. But you can find me at this awful Twitter handle right here because some son of a bitch stole my actual handle.
Fuck you, Jake's Passcat.
Yeah, fuck that guy. It's at iHateTheScene. That's if you're listening on audio. And if you are, hey, shout out because we need some positive Apple reviews because some son of a bitch thought it was funny to write a negative 1-star review. And the worst thing is he's a fucking friend of mine.
What the
I didn't
fuck?
think that mattered. Yeah, he totally did that. What a dick.
Wow.
It wasn't funny.
Wow.
You can find me on Instagram at iHateTheScene. You can email me at the same as my Twitter handle, iHateTheScene@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook. My 30-day ban on Facebook is up this Sunday. Woohoo! Let's celebrate by getting banned again, bitch. I ain't afraid of your terms of service. Facebook, Zuckerberg, more like Fuckerberg. You can also find me at your mama's house, iHateTheScene.com. We are available on YouTube. Please subscribe, rate, review. Give us a good rating or review. We also have a guest appearance on the Worship and Tribute Nerds. Heavy on the worship. All praise to Jesus. That was a good podcast. I whooped some ass at wrestling games.
Yeah, you did. Fucked us up.
Did you just have to check your headphones because I praised Jesus?
No, I was. I thought I heard like women's voices in my house, but that's not a thing. So
Brian's like, I'm pretty sure the orgy is next week.
what the fuck? I'm here for the gangbang.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Yo, I'm here to get throated.
I'm here for the Phoenix Suns.
If you play Xbox One, please find me EYESEE hyphy on Xbox. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption and GTA. And I'll fuck you up, son. Shooter to the face.
That's your dog, fucking Musselwhite?
No, that's mine.
No.
I don't have a dog.
Oh, I thought you had a dog.
No. Shouts to 86 ounces in the duffel bag gang. Shouts. I'm gonna go listen to the rest of this Killers album and see if it really is my number one of the week.
Do we have a? Oh, so you lied to people. Okay, great. Do you have a guest for next week? Are we lined up yet or no?
You know what? I could make an assumption, but they haven't emailed me back, so who
Cool.
knows?
No, let's not. Let's keep it wrapped.
It's gonna be someone cool though.
Awesome.
You know, we're bringing you cool guests every week, so go check out Matt Claborn. Go listen to his music, and if you're in the 760, go to the goddamn lounge, pick up a cougar, listen to his sweet tunes, and take a coog boo home and get some boxed wine and serve it to her, bro. Not the wine, I mean the D.
You fucking get that nest booking. You let me know, dude. I'll help you with it. You get that nest booking. It'll be a rager. Bunch of old bitches, but it'll be a rager.
I'm working on it.
Yes.
I know some old bitches getting fucked tonight.
Hey man, it's a pleasure having you on, man. You're awesome.
No, thank you guys so much. Have me back some point, and we'll do this again, man.
Yeah, stick around.
We will. You'll be a recurring guest. You'll be like Stone Cold on Nash Bridges.
Yeah.
Stick around. We're gonna end this and then just hit backstage for a sec.
And now we're gonna do the OnlyFans portion where we all get naked.
Everybody, iHateTheScene.com. Check us out. We're Podcasts for Found. Take it easy.